What is up, guys? Pixie here, bringing you a PvT on, I believe this is Terminus SE, I may be mistaken, but this is a map made just for the GSL, NASL, those types of tournaments. Of course, let me introduce the players spawning in the bottom position. We do have EGPuma, our Terran player, and in the top position we do have Liquid HerO, our Protoss player, two fantastic Korean players playing for the NASL. This is, of course, Game 5. Puma did take games 1, 3, and 4. It was interesting play in Game 1, of course. We did see the Marauders and Vikings rather, taking out the Colossus and just basically destroying HerO completely. In Game 2, we did see the blink play from HerO, that amazing blink play, just blinking up and basically killing Puma where he stood. Game 3, of course, was that Marine Marauder push that basically knocked down HerO, as he did try to go for that aggression. And in Game 4, we did see that some kind of quasi-base trade that unfortunately HerO did fall victim to those cloaked banshees. But now we are in Game 5. Hopefully we're going to see a nice macro game between two players, showing their skill, showing their stuff, showing what great players they are, of course. Puma taking an interesting loss, unfortunately. I was sort of thinking about HerO at that moment, because HerO did take that win at DreamHack. He did defeat Puma, and this is sort of the vengeance matches, as of course Puma is out for revenge, is out for that victory over HerO, as that defeat was sort of crushing for Puma. Of course, they are probably both friends in real life, even though they're on sort of rival teams. Rival in the sense that, you know, Huck went from Liquid to EG, and EG is sort of one of those teams that's sort of not so much renowned for bad manner, but it sort of has Idra. I mean, also it has In Control, who is a very mannered player, to say the least, but EG is sort of one of those infamous teams. Liquid, of course, having one of the larger fan bases, of course, running Team Liquid, basically the StarCraft site in North America. Just very, very interesting teams, very, very interesting competition. They're not Korean teams, although they are Korean players, as of course Puma and HerO are both Koreans, but the teams EG and Liquid are both North American, although I believe it could be debated that Team Liquid is European, as it was founded co-founded by Liquid NASL. He does take out the probe there somewhat. My information could be completely wrong, of course, as I do not know everything about StarCraft as it is. We are seeing the barracks go down in the mineral patch now. Puma is up 2 games, and he can't afford to do not so much risky builds like this, as he is very, very close to his high ground, but just do interesting little things like this just to get that Marauder out a little faster, even hide the stuff, as if a probe did sneak in from HerO, he would sort of be wondering where the other tech is. It is right here. Would not be surprised to see the tech lab go down on this to get those upgrades and the Marauders going up, as we do see the tech lab start to go down in the main base for the Protoss. We are seeing the expansion go down, as he only has the 1 gate. This is the 1 gate expo I've been trying to do on the ladder just a little bit more. Of course, I haven't really been doing it exactly right, but no matter, because it is quite effective on the ladder if you especially want to get those macro games up. 1 gate expand is kind of greedy, but it really helps you get that Nexus down fast, as Puma will not be able to get his command center down just for a little bit, saving up, of course, to be completely safe from any aggression that might come from HerO. Just getting those pylons so he doesn't get supply blocked, because he has to take a second gas. Of course, he should be taking that relatively shortly, as you want to be getting that Sentry Zealot composition up for the bio, as it does seem that we do have bio on the way as Marauders are being made. The thing with Marauders is that when they are not moving, Zealots will just cut them to little bits, but of course it is not very hard to micro Marauder at all, and therefore it's kind of cheap in the sense that a Zealot, it does counter the Marauder, but only in the sense that if it was staying still, which of course it never is in pro play, it is always moving. But of course I don't really like to throw around the word counter, as of course there will be instances when Marauders are not moving at all, and Zealots will just cut a whole bunch of them to little pieces. Regardless of that, I'm not really one to talk balance issues. Of course, Zealots are perfectly suitable units, as are Marauders. Of course, the proxy pylon is going down here. A little bit of aggression, as it seems the Marines are moving out. Combat shield about to finish. It looks like the probe will reveal itself, actually. Getting sniped. It seems like he did reveal that there is some sort of proxy pylon going on over here, as that probe had to come from somewhere. And HerO will run all the way home as this aggression kind of seems just to be a little bit too much for the moment. Will he have enough to deal with it at home? I think he will. He is getting the sentry out for those force fields at the front. One sentry will not be enough to force field this entire choke right here, but he is getting more stalkers, and I think he is more than equipped to deal with this, as basically Puma wants to get back home as he realizes, well, if there's proxy pylon down here, I don't want a warp in coming in and then just running at my ramp and killing a whole bunch of my stuff. I sort of need to deal with this now. So he is very smartly moving back, taking out that Marine that was on the tower. Oof, bloody death for that Marine. These Stalkers are going to be sort of aggressive in the sense of that. But Puma is going to grab this watchtower, and he is going to see everything. HerO does realize, oh, bugger. Yeah, he's British all of a sudden, so he's going to go, oh, bugger, there's probably someone on that watchtower looking at me. Of course, he is not British. He is Korean. He is not a Muslim. Nor does he play Terran, so that comparison just fails all around. Of course, the two simulators are going down to get that gas up. Would not be surprised to see increased sentry production. Sentry Zealot right here in the main base, probably, as these Sentry Zealot was not so good against the bunker. Even pulling out these SCVs to sort of repair, just to make sure if this aggression does come, he will be able to deal with it. He's going to start working on these rocks. In the unit counting station, we only see 26 SCVs to 40 of Puma, so that's almost double Puma's SCVs, rather, about 13 more, which is actually quite interesting. I mean, oh, excuse me, I just lost the control of the mouse for a second. Which is kind of odd play, considering that, you know, Puma is only on 2 bases. He's just getting his orbital command on his expansion now, and HerO has had this expansion for quite a long bit, but it's interesting to see how much money that Puma's had to force into this army, and not so much into his pro production. However, mules are still quite viable, in the sense that, a small push coming in here, but he will back out as he does see the Marauders are here. Stim is just about to finish, meaning that this push will be completely negated, because Stim will just completely rock this entire push right here. Mules, as I was saying, equal about 4 SCVs, meaning that he's not completely lost just because he's a bit behind on these probes. However, the fact that he does have this probe advantage means that he can get all this tech up. He can get his Twilight Council up. He can get He can get double upgrades going. We are even seeing the Zealot Sentry, as I predicted, because of this double gas, and that's going to be really, really effective against his bio play. I mean, force fields. Like I said, if a Marauder is going to micro around, the thing that's going to stop it are the force fields. They're just going to put force fields all around, and then he won't be able to move, and he'll chop them up to little bits. And that's basically what you want to see. It would not be surprised to see the charge, but instead we're going to be seeing blink, which is also going to be very effective, as these Marauders are going to be quite strong with when their concussive shell finishes, which is about to finish in about 60 seconds. And thing is with concussive shell is it's a very, very strong upgrade. It does not cost much, only 50-50, only takes 60 seconds, in-game seconds that is, which is even shorter than real life seconds. So that blink is going to be very necessary in order to maneuver around this sort of bio push that's coming right now. He does see that the concussive shells are finished, although Puma is about to be 1-1, which is very strong. I would not be surprised to see a third go down from Puma as he defends this attack, which I think that he will have no trouble defending with some very well-placed sentries and some good blink micro, even stemming one Marauder ahead just to slow this guy down. It's very, very interesting play from Puma, as this one Marauder will be able to take it out almost all by himself, which is just so interesting.